Welcome to the show. With a short week, we wrap both the Super Rugby action along with the ANZ Championship results. That saw the Steel post a healthy win over the Tactics on the back of their best opening quarter of the season, establishing a 10-point lead by that first break. The Cantabrians fought back well and won the second quarter, but there was far too much work to do, the Steel pushing out their lead further to 16 and not looking likely to be overhauled. Maintaining a big winning margin essential should goal differential prove a deciding factor later in the season. Elsewhere, the Vixens thumped the Thunderbirds by an incredible margin after the Adelaide-based franchise could only muster a meagre 26 goals over the entire game. The Swifts lost for the second time straight, along with their favouritism for the title, and the Magic returned to the winner's circle in the most entertaining clash of the round. The Vixens and Magic now look the certainties for the playoffs, while the Swifts drop back into the three-horse race for the last two semi-final spots. Those teams on 6 flag points this far into the competition are all relying on other results and needing to win everything in front of them to have a chance. A good elevation for the Steel, though, due to the win and the margin thereof. The Pulse game against the Vixens this weekend will tell us a lot more about the respective form of both sides in a game more important to the Wellingtonians. The Steel have to face the Swifts, whose form has deserted them in recent weeks. In Super Rugby action, it was the Hurricanes who bounced back from the bye the stronger to beat the Blues after trailing at half-time. The loss of Chris Noakes leaving the Aucklanders rudderless. The Canes on the up for sure. Also on the rise are the Crusaders, and you have to credit the return to form of Colin Slade being an integral part of that resurgence. Across the Tasman, a spent force never looked a serious threat against the Rebels, and the Tars' early try to Israel Folau in the opening minute turned out to be the difference between the two sides. The Sharks ground down the Cheetahs, but it took a while, and the Stormers, despite a dozen players out with injury, found a semblance of form. The Lions showed little in reply. Thanks to Sky Sport, let's take a look at the scoring action in those New Zealand derbies.
Perenara digs in, Thrush, Barrett hands it on. Here is Leua. And Alapati Leua scores the opening try of the night in the form of Lavave. And the Hurricanes back in possession. Perenara, Barrett drops a little kick in behind. Here's Leua again, flicks it off to Savia. That is a magnificent pass.
What do you reckon, fellas?
I think they're going to go with fourth pass on this.
No try?
They're going to try and drive the Hurricanes back. Penalty advantage coming here, and across it goes to Moala, and I think he's in as Cole sends it on to Broadhurst. Now Leua. Now the kick for Savia. Angles in beautifully, and off he goes. Pops it up beautifully. Broadhurst has got no one to give it to yet. And the ball's been knocked backwards. Now Perenara again. Here's Bowden Barrett. Savia for Broadhurst. Looks the pass around for Coles.
So before he's grounded, he's touched the base of the corner post, which makes it dead in goal. Is that correct?
That's correct.
So we go 22.
You don't see this very often. Can they control it long enough? Now the ball's gone loose.
Penalty try.
Oh, penalty try. He's given a penalty try. Perenara, away it goes to Barrett. Now Jack Lamb in midfield. Oh no, it's Leua. Gets it off to Jane. Corey Jane in a bit of space. Fires the pass in field. And there it is for Perenara.
Well, they're going to come back for that for sure, aren't they? Come back to that last pass.
And off goes Savia again. A little wobbly kick, and he's chasing through after it. Still live. And it's gone over the line, and there's a dive and a try for Conrad Smith.
Out of nowhere, the veteran.
Now Smiley cleans it out. Here's an opportunity. And a try is scored.
He got the line first, and then you got it. No, he got the line first, and then
it's Matu. And 5 championship points for the Hurricanes tonight as they take the win by 39-20.
Kerballo. They go out to the right where Marshall, who's been very prominent, and now Tom Marshall against his own team scores. Inside the 22, big moments in the game now. Offside against one of these defending Chiefs players, getting in the way as the ball came out, and it's another penalty. Colin Slade continues to score the points for the Crusaders. It's 18-17, his 6th penalty of the night. Anscombe fires it across to Messam, and the skipper charges ahead. Kane gets rid of it. Anscombe again with the kick. Tracking back is Ellis. Oh, good work from Israel Dag. Shattered him across, and Simons carries it on. They're on halfway. Simmons it is. Right on halfway. Penalty coming up for the Chiefs. It'll be right on the centre dot of halfway. And here it is. Anscombe will have a chance from distance to win the game. Not going to make it. The Crusaders win. Israel Dag punches the ball away in delight. A brutal match, a hard-fought match, but at the end of it, the Crusaders have won it by 18-17.
There's a few momentum shifts there. We missed a few tackles and put under a lot of pressure, but what we talked about at half-time was just play at the right end of the field and keep the pressure on, and we did that, and we controlled the ball and controlled the game and worked our way back into it, which was pleasing. The belief was there. We had a great preparation this week, and it was, I think they're the big moments in the game, and it was nice to get on the right side of one.
Other than that first 5 minutes, and then maybe a little bit of a pill at sporadic times, it's we pretty much played without the pill, so it's difficult to have an influence on the way the half was going because we defended for most of it.
Yeah, in the games with the conditions like that, where you got to get that set piece pressure right, and our guys did that.
Yeah, we had a fair bit of momentum going into the half, and probably had a chance to really put the foot on the throat in that first 5 minutes, and we just got obsessed with picking at the source rather than using some of the people around it who were in a little bit of space. So we scored then, 24-9. You're in a reasonably strong position, but we didn't, and we made a series of errors, including not winning line-outs, which put us at the wrong end of the field, and they turned a bit of pressure and the points, kicked a few penalties.
There's a real turning point for us against the Lions, and something's just clicked with the guys, and we've got that belief. And coming up here, even though that we came back from South Africa last week with limited preparation, the belief and the hunger was there, and that can often be the difference.
Liam Squire never came back, so he obviously got a knock to the jaw, and so he was deemed unfit to return. And then Tawara came off. He went back on, finished off the half, and then we took him off. So but both concussion related.
The Crusaders make their first appearance in the top 6 and are now applying genuine pressure on the Chiefs for the automatic spot in the first 3 for the conference winners. The Brumbies are under similar strain to keep the Waratahs at bay. Crucial week for the Force to prove they have the depth to be serious contenders when they take on the Bulls, whose hopes of playoff action rest on winning at least one game on tour. The Highlanders have a game in hand on those above and play the Sharks, who must be close to cruise mode given they are already in the knockout stages barring a miracle. The Lions and all the teams below will cause headaches for those above without threatening to displace any of the 8 genuinely in finals mix.